go ahead and.
Now, is Lauren with us this evening?
She might be, but I know she's got some. So she's getting ready for there's like an event they're actually doing in June. So she may be busy getting her stuff ready for that.
Yes. Responsibilities to your own folks are such a drag.
Well, you know.
I say that with all the love in the world, our own folks.
Yeah.
Hey, Ty, before we get started, where did you put the divination?
It's over here. I've got it.
Okay.
Yeah, because yours was really interesting. Is many people will be drawn to you for your wisdom and insights.
I hope.
Yeah. Oh well.
I hope they'll buy.
Yeah. Well,
sorry, I hate to sound greedy, but
no. Well, you're motivated. You're trying to get something going. I mean,
this is going out on my own poses big benefits if it works out. So
yeah.
Better than what I could do under someone else. So yeah.
Yeah, that's
Thank you.
Absolutely, and believe me, I understand. Because Darren and I talk about that. That's some of the stuff that we stay up until wee hours in the morning and talk about.
What's that?
Well, things like working for yourself and the problems that we've had in the past with people. I have the problem of a lot of times I get somewhere and the people that are immediately over me are terrified of me, and I guess they're thinking I'm going to take their job or something like that, and so it ends up not working out very well, and stuff like that. So sometimes you go into business for yourself because you're the only person hiring. So
yeah.
That's how it goes. Oh, and I think Ren is here. Yay!
Yay!
We love you. And so.
Oh, hi, Ren.
Yeah. Yeah. She's on the YouTube chat. So. Yeah. And just kind of. Yes, and thank you guys for joining in. Yeah, as I was joking with Robert, it's like, okay, we schedule it at 8:35. It tends at 8:30. Excuse me. It tends to start more like 8:45-ish, but
we give people time to get drinks and popcorn. I mean, it's fair.
Yeah. Well, that, and I'm tucking in duckies and things like that. And you were calling our YouTube video.
Assistant.
He's our henchman, I guess.
Yes.
We Darren and I like to call him the Padawan, but but his birthday is today, and it's funny. Darren was going to we went yesterday and we bought him a particular video game, and he had already bought it for himself, and so he's like, "Dude, just keep it and play it so we can talk about it." And we're like, "Okay, this works."
Money spent on you is money spent on me. I like this,
Yeah. So yeah,
we're going to adopt that for anniversaries, dude. I'm joking. If you can see the look on her face right now, just remember, boo good.
Well, I also know you're not going to do like my parents did, because my mother got like a lawnmower as an anniversary gift one year.
My mother has gotten one of those too. And
yeah.
People wonder why things went south.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
nothing says I love you like John did.
Oh, nice.
That's like one year we bought our mother, a vacuum cleaner for her birthday.
Oh, yeah. And you know what she thought of all of you at that moment?
As you all suck?
You all suck, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. well, and Sarcastic was wondering, what did I miss? Nothing yet. We're just kind of talking about stuff right now, and I'll just years and years ago, before Darren and I were ever going out, he gave me the best example of what is the difference between a present and a gift. I was going out with our friend Alan at the time, and Darren said, a present would be if he gave you a see-through teddy. A gift would be if he bought you a Mitten Box Starscream. So
yeah, a gift is something they want you to have for your own sake. A present is something they want you to have for their sakes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and 26 years later, I remember that. So, it's like,
and how many presents have I bought you?
I don't think I can think of any.
I try to stick with gifts.
Yeah, same here. But yeah, that is your lesson, I guess, for the week. The
Yes,
difference
that is
between-
your relationship wisdom for the week.
Yes.
Please donate to our Patreon page. This free shit's expensive.
I guess if that's true, I pretty much always give out gifts.
Yeah. Yeah, but anyway, so this evening, we're there's a feast day for Jehuti, and so we've got him, and an appeasing of Sekhmet, so we'll be definitely saying some hymns for her, and the second to last month of the Egyptian year, we're starting it right now, and that's the month of I guess I would pronounce it Apip. And there's different spellings of it. You'll have E-P-I-P-I or a P-P or a P, but it's connected to Tauret.
So I have to ask an educational question.
Yeah.
Why must we call him Sekhmet?
Because sometimes she gets a little pissed off.
That's not different for most of you, but why must we call him? Why must we take particular pains to calm her down? Now,
because a whole bunch of us do bad things,
mm-hmm.
and we want to placate her so that nobody who didn't do the bad things gets in the way.
Yeah. It's when you're out trying to kill the world, please don't kill us.
I'm not worried about that.
Everybody's tuck and cover. Yeah.
Duck and cover. Well,
I'm not worried about that. Mama Sekhmet loves me.
Well, then pray for her not to kill, people that don't need to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Roger that, because I get kisses and everything.
Okay, yes, and
bring lips if you like.
okay, and somebody had a question asking about, do you have videos explaining the Kemetic calendar? And I think I've talked about that a little bit in one, but the books really have the best information. So, and let me know if you need like a napkin or anything. Okay, I'm going to put it in front of the camera here, but this book gives Following the Sun. That was the first one that I wrote. This is actually a revised edition, and it explains the basics of the Egyptian calendar. And if you've ever had a question, if for those of you who are kind of more of a Wiccan bent, or you work with folks who are Wiccan, a Wiccan coven is the only pagan community in your area. One of the things I went in here and bothered to do is try to explain, well, okay, this is what the equivalent of a different Sabbats would be, on the Egyptian calendar. What's the closest to it? Because even though they didn't follow the same kind of calendar, people nowadays, they still ask the question. So that was one of the reasons why I put that in here.
It's a way to hang out and be sociable in a good shirt.
Well, I don't think I've ever seen anybody show up at a Wiccan shindig in a good shirt, but
that's a great point, and
we dress very casual for these things, so
Lucky if they're wearing a shirt sometimes.
So what? So what?
You're lucky if they're wearing a shirt sometimes.
Yeah.
He said it. I was thinking it. I blame him.
Well, actually, no. Well, thankfully, I've never been to any skyclad rituals, but anyway, if you want a better idea for like you want to know, okay, I'm working with this deity. When is their feast day? They're different feast days. Of course, there's lots of them, but I also highly recommend celebrating the Egyptian gods, because I actually put in here, and I refer to it for myself quite often, when the different holidays were, when it would be, on our calendar, and then, when it would be, for other folks that are trying to, calculate off of, the rising of Sirius over the, North America and stuff like that, because that gets really complicated.
Yeah.
I try to just, okay, we start from July 18. July 18 is New Year's. We calculate everything off of that. It keeps it simple. We're not trying to cite, when's the crescent and all this other stuff. Because as I found, even among Muslims who just finished celebrating Eid, that's all based on the lunar cycle. And some parts of the Muslim world, like Saudi Arabia, celebrate it a little bit offset from others because they're still trying to cite when is the first crescent and stuff like that. And so there's not as much agreement between them as you might think.
You mean they argue? Holy shit!
Yeah, well, but yeah, so and there's you're gonna have that, but I try to keep things as simple as possible. So at least as simple for those of us that are busy and we have things to do in our lives, and we want to try and just pick something and stick with it. That's the approach I take. So
By
there
the
you go.
way, I encourage all of you to buy these books,
Mhm.
not only because they're chock full of great information, they're fabulous reading, even in a family setting,
Mhm.
but the author is smoking hot, and I'm trying to get favors.
Okay. All right. So there you go. That kind of explains what we're doing here and why. Because this is one of the more obscure. It's not one of the big holidays because a lot of us already know about things like Egyptian New Year, and then of course next week we'll be doing the feast of the reunion between Hathor and Horus. For those of you that are lonesome and praying to meet that right someone or to get laid or whatever, that's the holiday.
Some of you are praying to meet the wrong someone, and that's your problem, not ours.
Well, I hope not. So the thing being, and believe me, Darren, I've gotten folks asking, requests or they're talking about, especially it's lonesome when you're, the only Kemetic pagan in the area, when you're the only one, you're wondering if there's, think about our friend Morgan, who he went to college and didn't have the same opportunities that you and I did in order to meet somebody and get to hang out with the opposite sex, and or the same sex, if that's what you want to do. Still it's harder to find opportunities now than it used to be. And so my sympathy goes out to people who have trouble with that.
Yeah, mine too, actually. I mean, I know what it was like to be lonesome before I met you.
Yeah. So. Okay, and if you were asking about the lotuses, well, like if you're talking about the pink ones, this is actually just a pink water lily, and it's just some silk ones that I got a long time ago. But
I told you not to tell people that.
What?
Talk about this is what happens when you care and pray for them, and listen to them. They stay alive forever.
Yeah, right. Man, I wish I could get my water lily in the backyard to actually flower. Dude, I bought that thing in 2014. It has never flowered.
I know.
I mean, now I have some really nice lily pads. I thought about actually getting one and putting it on here, but it would just be a lily pad. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, so, yeah, we're honoring the beginning of the month of Talred, basically. So, that's what we are doing. So let's go ahead and get that going. Okay. Just finished kind of soft today. And you are just sitting here grinning over something.
I'm so hopped up on caffeine right now.
Oh, well, just wait.
Just wait?
Just wait, for these cool waters are upon my hands. And they purify me as Tiffany purifies me. Hail unto you, and that you do. Come unto you without falsehood and without evil. Purity is upon our hands, and purity is within our hearts, and we have cast out all evil that pertains to us. We are pure. We are pure. We are pure. We are pure.
Man, the purity's cold.
That gets me every time. It's just tap water.
It's just cold, man.
It's just tap water. I think this is technically a sake bottle, but
whatever. But it's cold.
At least I don't have it in the fridge. Because you see, we did a ritual one year, and this was at our friend's covenstead, which means basically, it was at somebody's house. And I had put some things in the refrigerator for safekeeping. Well, One of the things I ended up putting in the refrigerator, not really thinking about it, was the water that I was going to use for lustration for everyone as they were coming into circle. So it went straight from the refrigerator to we're outside in the heat, and I'm pouring this water. This is very cold water on people's hands, and I just remember this one poor girl just, oh god, it's cold, just breathlessly, oh that's cold, you know. And so like, oh yeah,
And
cool,
she gets to do it
water.
to me every week.
No, I'm saying, hey, it wasn't in the refrigerator. It's been,
But the difference between the temperature of the water and the temperature of the person can be stark, and it's cold.
Think of it as the colder it is, the purer, the more pure.
Yeah, there you go. It's really pure because it's cold.
Yamana, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you, and I mean that with all the love in the world. You're in trouble.
Oh goodness. Well.
Next time, use hot water.
Well, I thought about letting it, sit out in the sun and warming up that way, but I don't know. I kind of like your idea about it's more pure when it's cold. Either way.
Yamana, I'm telling you, man. If I hear a refrigerator door close next week, you're in trouble.
I guess, is this what we get when we put Bess on the altar?
I guess we're all on our best behavior.
Pretty much. All right, well, come in peace, bright eye of Horus. Come in peace and join the festivities. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus shines like Ra in the twin horizons, and evil hides in fear of it. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus destroys the enemies of Ra in all of their abodes till none remain.
Receive the light.
Receive the light. The eye of Horus comes to the four corners of the world, and we are purified with it. Receive the light.
Receive the light. Notice how warm that light is?
From water to fire, I guess. All right. You arise in the Aketis Kafri, O Ra, spreading your light upon the earth. You set in peace in the mountains of Manu as a tomb, bringing your light to Duat. Shine upon earth as you do in heaven and Duat. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who came from noon at the first time, for such is your uniqueness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Hu at your left side, for such are the words you commanded. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Sia at your right side, for such is your great wisdom. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, whose Hika goes before you, for such is your ability. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who rules with Ma'at upon your brow, for such is your righteousness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra. Hail and praise unto you, O Jehuti, O Sekhmet, O Tauret, O Bes, you lords of love and lords of life. Grant us life, well-being, and health. May our eyes perceive your goodness and our hearts receive your wisdom. May you shine upon us as you traverse the sky, that we may bring to you Ma'at and cast out Isfet. And may you guard us from the evil one through the dark hours of the night, your protection being before us and your strength being within us. Okay. Take these, the cool waters which are the inundation, that they may cool your hearts. These waters are the eye of Horus, that your hearts may be refreshed. Milk, milk, may you taste it in your shrine. May your hearts be refreshed with it. We bring you this milk from the great flood of Yunachidu, that you may be purified with it. And that's what we didn't do. Let's pull out. My sandalwood incense. They have a green tea incense.
Somebody watched Karate Kid 2 a little bit much.
Well, no, I'm like, well, what would that even smell like?
Hopefully green tea.
Yeah, well, I guess, okay, I mean.
That's what I'm here for, folks, to answer the tough questions.
Well, I'm just thinking, I don't know.
Interestingly enough, whenever I smell fresh catnip,
Mm-hmm.
it smells kind of like green tea.
Well,
Do you end up rubbing it on your face and like driving all over the apartment? I'm just curious.
Well, I'm sure catnip incense would be a great offering for Bast and for other Eye of Ra deities.
Yeah, but can you imagine the cats in your place? Just, I don't know where the hell it's coming from.
I don't know. Well, this incense is the Eye of Horus. Its fragrance comes to you, it cleanses you, it adorns you. It takes its place upon your hands. This incense is the Eye of Horus, and its fragrance comes to you. And not all cats flip out with catnip, I notice. 'Cause some of them will just go like crazy. And I think some of them, the way they get high is they just like chill out. So
They do what you're gonna have to. People and cats have different reactions to all sorts of things.
yeah, because Nako would like go all over the place, but Ravage just like chilled out.
Yeah, Ravage was like, dude.
Yeah.
His eyes would just get all dilated.
Yeah.
Yes, we call it kitty weed.
Yeah, because that's basically what it is. Yes, it is kitty weed. And while I'm here, I'm just making sure that I have the myrrh as well. Oh yeah. Okay. Yes, and we'll put that caffeine to the test. But in the meantime, take this, your bread on which gods live. This bread is the Eye of Horus, so you know what to do. Lift it to your faces and be at peace with it. Including, I had to make sure to put this on the offering plate. I actually picked a blueberry off of the bush from the backyard. So, first time I've ever gotten blueberries and they weren't from the store. So, that is very cool.
It's very special for me. It's the first time I'd ever seen one that didn't come from the store.
Huh. Well, I don't know. Well, and then we get to figure out who eats this one because...
You do. You grew it.
Okay, well, thank you. We'll get the next one. Hopefully there'll be some more coming up. There's some little ones on the bush right now. But in that vein, because we do have things growing in the garden, we make sure to make an offering so that that can keep going. And that is why the gardens prosper and Hapi rejoices, overflowing with his meal. We fill the Eye of Horus for you with wine. Ora, Ojehuti, Sekhmet, Talrat, Bes, you know what you do? Drink and be pure. The doors of heaven and the doors of earth are open with libations for you within this house. May your faces be refreshed with your libations, your wine, and your water. There we go. Pure is Ra Horaketi within his house. Pure, pure is Jehuti within his house. Pure, pure is Tauret within her house. Best within his house. Sekhmet within her house. Pure are the cause of all of these gods, with this good myrrh that is given. Jehuti proclaims it. It is written in his house of sacred words. Hapi gives in abundance, thousands of offerings, all things good and pure, for Ra Horaketi, for Bes, for Tauret, for Sekhmet, for Jehuti. In every place that there are mortal cause dwell. Come to your body, O Ra Horaketi. Come to your bodies, O Bes, O Tauret, O Jehuti, O Sekhmet, O Yenechuru. Come to your invocation. Come unto us, your servants, who are mindful of your feasts and your offerings. Bring your power, your hika, your honor, and your ba to these your offerings, and partake of them. Come, O people, raise these offerings before the faces of these gods. Lift the offerings before Ra, before Sekhmet, before Jehuti, before Bes, before Tauret. All life comes from them. All health comes from them. All stability comes from them. All good fortune comes from them, as it has since the first time. Is that us?
There's a peep from one of the
One of the fire.
Smoke alarms.
One of the smoke detectors is peeping.
Yeah,
somewhere.
which means we got a battery low somewhere.
Yeah, I know. I'm just. That's always the most annoying thing in the world when you've got a battery on a smoke detector somewhere and you get to play hide and seek and figure out which one it is.
Yes.
You know. Ora Harketi and your son, the Oser Nesu Nebkeperura. Your foes retreat from you. Horus turns himself to his eye. Turn yourselves to these your offerings, and receive them from our hands. Okay, that's what I'm doing. And we will step over. Light the candle for our Aku.
Sharon, did you light a different incense tonight?
Well, just the sandalwood and then the myrrh. Now, I haven't used the sandalwood in a while. Does that have
Something is.
Okay, so maybe that particular one doesn't gel well.
Please forgive me. I don't want to leave, but I need to excuse myself.
Okay, well, go right ahead. We'll be here. Yeah, and allergies have just been really, really bad lately. I've had to take extra allergy medicine just to try and keep from, my head stopping up. But give these cool waters from the table of Osiris to our blessed dead. Worker, ta henket, kakao abdu, senachimahar, kudnibet nofra wabet, anket nachrim, and cow and akupunibu, maakunibu, hirnachra. A voice offering, 1,000 of bread and beer, beef and fowl, incense, oils, all good and pure things on which God lives, for the cause of all of these Aku, all true of voice before the great God. Okay. We come unto you, O Ra, as Jehuti comes, our hands joined under Ma'at. Ma'at has come to be with you in every place where you are. An offering of Ma'at is made unto you, that your heart may be pleased and your ka shall live. Truly, your need has Ma'at, for they know you live in her. The Yanid says unto you, your word is law eternally. Isfet is cast out by your word. Rejoicing is yours every day. Ma'at has taken her place in your shrine. May we always act with gentility and compassion for such as the first Ma'at. May we always offer charity and hospitality for such as the second Ma'at. May we always respect consent and fidelity for such as the third Ma'at. May we always avoid violence and promote wellness for such as the fourth Ma'at. May we always speak words of truth for such as the fifth Ma'at. May we always promote the public good for such as the sixth Ma'at. May we always act humbly and with temperance for such as the seventh Ma'at. May we always honor our gods and respect others for such as the eighth Ma'at. May we uphold Ma'at like Jehuti, that we may witness Ra's perfection every day. Okay. And we will start off and just go through. You know what? We have some folks who've made some requests for prayers, and one of the things that I have for Bess is to invoke his protection. So, O dwarf of heaven, great dwarf, whose head is large, whose back is long, whose thighs are short, great support that reaches from heaven to Duat, Lord of the great corpse which rests in Yunu, the great living God who rests in Jeddu. Pay attention to those who are listening and who are participating in our service. Guard them by day, watch them by night. Protect them as you protect Osiris. And may I also add, because Bess has been found, we have found his image from Nubia in the south, throughout Egypt, all the way up into what is now Syria and Palestine. And someone did ask if we could say prayers so that the situation, between, the folks, Israel and Palestine and, that region can be pacified and that they can find peaceful solutions. May we have your wisdom and your guidance and find reasons to smile instead of to be angry, reasons to laugh and to join together instead of being opposed in anger and hatred. We ask you, O Bess. Hail and praise unto you, O Jehuti, thrice great God, the son of Ra, Lord of Chemnu, wise one in Yunu. You report to Ra every morning. Messenger of humankind, you know people by their speech and judge them by their deeds. Those true of voice before Oser, their names are in your list. The Yanid gives you praise as you guide the bark of millions, as you cast out the evil one, as you change strife into peace. You know all secrets, all books, all deeds, the fleeting moment, the hour of night. No report to Ra is forgotten. Your words endure for eternity. Friend of the people, wise and impartial, great one, Lord of Ma'at. Okay. And let's see. Talleret is a very difficult one to find any kind of literature on in terms of, the hymns to her and things of the sort. I don't know if the folks from Akhet Hutar had found anything, because they mentioned something about it, but it's not in their book. So that's something that I'm still looking for. The best that I was able to find is just a very short thing. Dua taret necheritaat, dua taret urakakao. Adoration of Tauret, the great goddess. Adoration of Tauret, great of magic. And now, as for Sekhmet, I have lots of things for her. So, what's interesting is there is a version of the story of the goddess going into the desert and having to be enticed back. Be it Sekhmet or it's the identity changes depending on your location. But in one version of the story, Jehuti actually has to go out into the wilderness to try and get her to come back, and of course he's very terrified, and I think the text even explains that he trembled, before her fury, but he managed to talk her into coming back, and the temple reliefs that describe this also picture Bess because in his capacity to play music and throw a good party that uh, got her to feel more amenable about coming back home. So they're all connected. They're all part of the same recurring story. So let's go ahead and get. And by the way, Yamano, I also got your message about Amon Ra. So you wanted to, you're thinking that he wants to be included, I guess, when we're, reading hymns and things.
Yes.
Alrighty, well, we'll be sure to do that. So, hail, Sekhmet, who presides over the land, lady of flourishing, generous one, Sekhmet, who protects the two lands. Come to us who are under your sway. Save us, protect us, and preserve us from the first arrow of famine. Hail, Sekhmet, O Curl, O hidden lady, Wajit the great. Come to us who are under your sway. Save us, protect us, and preserve us from the second arrow of drought. Hail, Sekhmet, who moves in light, who terrifies the gods with her massacre. Come to us who are under your sway. Save us, protect us, and preserve us from the third arrow of war. Hail, Sekhmet, who guides mankind, lady of the dual shores, mistress of humanity. Come to us who are under your sway. Save us, protect us, and preserve us from the fourth arrow of terror. Hail, Sekhmet, great shining one, foremost in the mansion of flame, who terrorizes the two lands with fear. Come to us who are under your sway. Save us, protect us, and preserve us from the fifth arrow of storms. Hail, Sekhmet, who loves Ma'at and hates Isfet, lady of the people. Come to us who are under your sway. Save us, protect us, and preserve us from the sixth arrow of oppression. Hail, Sekhmet, Uraeus, who opens the acacia, great and sovereign one. Come to us who are under your sway. Save us, protect us, and preserve us from the seventh arrow of disease. And the one who is the big boss for many of us. Praise unto Amon Ra. I make for him adoration to his name. I give him praises to the height of heaven and over the breadth of the earth. I tell his might to travelers north and south. Beware ye of him. Declare him to son and daughter, to great and small. Herald him to generations not yet born. Herald him to fishes in the deep, to birds in the sky. Declare him to fool and wise, beware ye of him. You are Amun, Lord of the silent, who comes at the voice of the poor. When I call to you in my distress, you come to rescue me, to give breath to him who is wretched, to rescue me from bondage. You are Amun Ra, Lord of Thebes, who rescues him in Duat. For you are he who is merciful. When one appeals to you, you are he who comes from afar. Okay, if there was anyone who had any prayers that we haven't read yet, I'm also going to light Sekhmet's candle. Hail of Sekhmet the Great, the eye of Ra, who hides him within her iris. Hail Sekhmet, sovereign mistress of light, who moves in brightness. In peace, Sekhmet, mistress of darkness, at whose setting the dusk comes. In peace, Sekhmet, mistress of fear, whose seal brings death. Hail unto you, Sekhmet, daughter of Ra, who loves Ma'at, who detests Sfet. Most holy of the gods, one seeks life in you. Hear us as we bring our sistrums for you. We praise your name. We are mindful of your feasts. And oh, okay. Okay, someone got beaten up by a tenant 2 years ago and attacked by another tenant. Neither one got jail time or eviction. Oh, wow. A prayer request, you tell the gods that I love, honor, and respect them. Absolutely. And, yeah, goodness, we're definitely going to put in the prayer request, but when Darren gets back in, I'll ask and see if there's anything that can be done as far as recourse for you, because if there's something that we can do to help with that, I want to say I've heard of these kinds of things happening before, and especially if this is in some place where if you have like a disability or there's something like that going on, we know some resources. Darren can find people that can help you with that. But in the meantime, I think Sekhmet and Jehuti would be excellent folks to ask for those. And you're not the only one who's had issues with having been attacked by people in the past and has had no recompense, no justice, no sense of closure, and they need that. So, oh great gods, you know the pain that is in their hearts and the hurt that they still deal with and the healing that they so fervently ask for. If you can show them the way, show them the sunny path to peace and to forward movement, to healing and to justice. And just kind of okay. Oh, and by the way, I was just scrolling up through the comments, and somebody was saying, "Oh no, I missed the appearance of Jehuti." Don't worry about that because it's we're honoring it on Friday. Yes, it would happen to be during the week, and that's what I do a lot of times. I look and I say, okay, what's going on during the week, and when is it close to so we can celebrate it on Friday, because during the week there's a lot of entropy in this household. Let me just put it that way. So this is a chance for all of us to get together and say, okay, now let's observe the feasts that otherwise we wouldn't get to. So don't feel bad. You haven't missed it. We're observing it now.
Yes, so. And one thing you need to remember: the The gods aren't going to miss you. They're not going to let you miss out. They know who you are. They know where your soul is. They know what your heart speaks.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to find you wherever you need to be found.
Yeah.
Do not worry.
Mm-hmm.
If your heart is pure, so is theirs. They will not miss you.
Mm-hmm.
They will not forget you.
Yeah. Well, remember, Jehudi, remembers, the fleeting moment, the hour of night. He knows, when people are trying to, do right by them.
That's right.
So.
He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're
awake.
awake.
Yeah.
He knows when you've been bad or good.
Mm-hmm.
So don't put that on the internet, please, God's sake.
Toys for Toff.
I say what?
Toys for Toff.
Toys for Toff, yeah. Yeah, and one of our viewers had a problem with they had gotten attacked by other tenants, and none of them have been prosecuted.
I'd want to ask some questions about this after the main ceremony.
Yeah, or if there's, I tell you what, I know you're on Discord. Just message me, and that would be a good way that I can, relay the questions to Darren, and maybe we can help you.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Oracle was like, just said they stole, you stole Oracle's joke. Yeah, the thing about Toys for Toth. Oh, name of her, change your smoke alarm battery. You know what? I don't even know which one it is.
Change them all.
Yeah, well, is it bothering you? Because, if we can just kind of ignore it for a minute, because I don't want to step away from that and cause like a 10-minute intermission while I'm trying to find a battery. But we have a prayer request to Sekhmet for my grandma and aunt who are sick, and a Jehudi and Seshat for my best friend to make good choices for her career, and also for me on this topic too. Okay. Well, definitely prayers for healing, because we still need it. Just because lots of people are getting vaccinated doesn't mean there isn't a need for healing of all kinds. So tell you what, I'm working on something else for Sekhmet, so let me see if I've got something so we can pray to you, a Sekhmet, mistress of the thrones of the two lands, who goes forth, mistress of what is, courageous, mistress of the twin acacias, mistress of high noon, the reconciler, great of plans, mistress of Karnak, who commands the east, good eye, who makes the two lands live. Hail, O Sekhmet. May you bring healing to those who need it, who are listening, and their loved ones, the people that are close to them, and I guess, help them to get better. And Jehuti, Lord of Wisdom, and Seshat, the holy female scribe, the one excellent of wisdom, the foremost of the library. There are folks who are trying to make some decisions right now on what's best for them and what path they should take. Help them to find the insight and make the best decision, on where to go and get the most out of what they decide to do. And also, I have to include prayers for your friend Lurch, that he gets his daughter. Best case that she can go home tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because she was committed, basically, and
hastily PEC'd, and
it
was not correct, and Mom knows it and Dad knows it, and they're not happy.
Yeah, and so you know, when you said what they were doing, my thought immediately was, well, uh, please let them be able to take their daughter home tomorrow,
Yeah.
so that she's not stuck somewhere, because she's a teenager, but she also has autism spectrum, and so there's a whole lot of stuff going on of this shouldn't have been done in this way,
Yeah.
and so on. And speaking of folks who need justice, um, they're in that category too. But first of all, let's pray that they get their daughter home as soon as possible. So. And let's see who else is going on. Oh, okay. Oh, no, another prayer for cousin and her newborn baby. Okay, and someone else is praying for their grandmother. Okay. And all right, and Wolf gets his second shot next week.
Yay!
All right, and
or should we say, woo?
yeah. Let's see, and for more folks that and you know what, Tauret, a mistress of women, mistress of mothers and children, and Bess, protector of women and children. We have someone who's concerned about their cousin and her newborn baby. This is your forte. If you would please look after them and make sure that they're okay. And one of our friends also is concerned about their grandmother and hope that she lives a long time. And we hope so too. So we ask you to please bless them. And I suspect that's what a lot of the observances for Tauret probably were a lot about family and just celebrating the love between family members. Yeah. Sometimes it's not what it needs to be, but for those that we call family, whether they're related to us or not, we love them and we want them to be okay.
That's right.
And okay, I didn't grab the bowl, but I do have the fortune cookies. If anybody's ready for a divination, just give us a shout out.
That would be divine.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Absolutely what?
Okay, well, Alejandro was saying thank you very much for the prayer. So absolutely, that's why we do this.
We
that's
love
why it's
you.
Interactive. Yes, and I promise after service I'm going to go and look and see which smoke detector decided it was going to be, a nuisance tonight.
Yes.
See, it wasn't doing this. I swear to you, it was not doing this earlier.
Of course not.
It just decided to wait until now. So it's just one of those things. Well, Seta, did you want to do another fortune? Or okay, I see you, Yamanu. And I see a red cardboard box. That's what it looks like.
Living in a box.
Oh, that's me.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, sorry. Did you want another fortune?
Nah, that'd be fine.
Okay. Wait, was that a now or a yes?
No.
Okay.
Thank you, though.
Okay, absolutely.
We're all out of Mark Hamill's. Good night, folks.
Yeah, if you remember. Well, what was that? Was that a Saturday Night Live skit?
Yes.
Okay. God, that's from the 90s.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
How dating.
Huh?
How dating.
Yeah, the thing is that there was, and you can go and look this up. I think it's on YouTube.
Yeah.
a Saturday Night Live skit. It was picking on like the Home Shopping Network.
QVC.
Okay,
Star
QVC.
Wars specials.
Yeah, yeah, because they did those things, and now, in all fairness, you could get some rather choice Star Wars stuff.
Yes, you could.
Because Darren has a life-size replica of Yoda, not baby Yoda. This is original Yoda, and got him off of QVC.
Yes.
But they were picking on it on Saturday Night Live, and they actually had Mark Hamill for sale, as an exclusive on QVC.
Yeah.
And he got bought by Harrison Ford, which was
Yeah.
kind of funny. So that's the Saturday Night Live skit.
Huh.
Yeah. So I mean,
I heard that the new Netflix series, they're putting together for Kevin Smith, He-Man. They're having someone else coming in to do Skeletor, right?
mm-hmm.
But Alan Oppenheimer is involved. He's going to be doing the voice of Beastman.
Oh, neat.
Apparently, he can't reach Skeletor really easily anymore.
Well,
So they're having Mark Hamill come in and do Skeletor for it.
That's going to be interesting.
I wish I'd have been allowed to audition for that, because I could have done it.
Well, that's okay. Whenever I need animation or something of Megatron for like a, sarcastic comments in Kemetic videos and whatnot, I have the perfect person.
That is what I am here for.
Yeah. So. Yes, when you can't afford Frank Welker.
Or anything else.
Yeah, I just talked to you. So there you go.
Well,
Bread.
we look Amazon Prime.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. Okay, my wife is being annoying. I think I'm going to head out, y'all. Okay. Well, we love you anyway. Sorry the Wi-Fi's acting up. But okay, Almanac wants a divination, and Wolf wants a general divination. Okay.
Wolf.
Well, you know what, Wolf, you got to start saving up so you can come and get together with us for Arkansas Pagan Pride, because you're close enough, dude. We got to get together and do this.
Yes.
And I bet we could even talk Morgan into coming back with us.
There'll be Ferris wheels and cotton candy.
Well, no, but it will be lots of fun. So, okay. We'll start with, oh, you know what? Almanac, I think this one is yours, because it has been just like, when it seems like they're waving at you. Here we go. And so. Wow. Okay, Almanac yours says, love is the first feeling people feel because love is nice.
Wow.
Now that one, the immediate sense that I got from that, I'm going to try to make sure I don't trip on anything here. Yeah, you feel love first because love is nice, but that can be deceptive.
Yeah.
Because we all want something to work out, but don't and this is true of a lot of people. Sometimes, it's like being in a group that's bad for you or something just because you want to be a part of something, or being with somebody just because you don't want to be alone. That whole thing about love is the first feeling people feel because love is nice. Don't let yourself be fooled by that. So that's really the sense that I'm getting from it. But again, love is the first feeling people feel because love is nice. So that's one way that you can take that. Okay, now Wolf. And yours. Okay, wait. All right. All right. Wolf, yours says, Love truth, but pardon error. If there's somebody that made a legitimate mistake and they're honest about it, cut them a break. It's the ones that are dishonest, that.
Dishonesty is not an error. Dishonesty is intentful.
Right. But if
deliberate.
Yes, but pardon error. If somebody made a mistake, just cut them some slack this week. So there we go. Okay. And celery. Needs one. Okay, love can be deceptive only if you love eating pie. Eating pie, full circle, I guess. But all right. So celery's get a fortune, and all right. This one right here is one that's like me. And here we go. And yours says, it is better not to speak of things you do not understand. So there you go. If it's not something that if you're not confident that you fully understand it, just leave it alone.
You know how you can tell a wise man from an idiot?
Wise man is willing to say, I don't know.
Correct.
Yeah.
An idiot's going to convince you he knows everything.
Okay. Okay. Alrighty. Yeah. Okay, Oracle. Oracle is also asking for one. Okay. So now it is Oracle's turn.
I will never understand that.
Oh, what? Oracle? Ha ha ha.
They should already know.
Well, you're the same kind of person that would go into a psychic shop and ask him, did you know I was coming?
Well, they should.
Ha ha. All right, this one's sitting right here. Oracle. Oracle Oriax. I think I'm saying that right, Oriax. Oh, wow. This one says, keep your goals away from the trolls. Wow.
Remember a couple of weeks ago I talked about don't tell anybody your goals or your plans?
Right.
Because especially the people that love you most. I'll never work. No.
Yes. Watch it. Yeah. Keep your goals away from the trolls. Don't let,
Right.
Yeah.
Remember, everyone's an idiot until they're a genius and then everyone agrees with you. I always knew he could do it. That's not what you were saying for years beforehand.
Yeah, well, going back to Transformers, it's funny, after Hot Rod opens the Matrix, then Cup is like, I knew you had potential. And it's like, yeah, that's not what you were that's not what you were saying earlier.
Yeah, let's go back 45 minutes.
Yeah.
50 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, so keep your goals away from the trolls.
Yes.
Okay. And I'm just looking through the the comments. See if anybody else. I'm confused on how my fortune applies to my life. Oh, okay, yeah. Well, about well, it might be one of those things of right now it doesn't, but later in the week you might hit something or something might happen. You'll be like, oh my god, that's what it was talking about.
Yep.
So just
that message is for you, not us. It's interpret it on your own.
Yeah, and I've had that before sometimes where it's like, okay, I'll have to keep that in mind. Let me think about it, and then later it's like, oh yeah, that's
Oh, that.
yeah. So yeah, sometimes they can be a little cryptic, but
they like to be cryptic.
Yeah.
Because if they're not cryptic, you don't put any work in.
That, but also to be fair, what I found rather interesting, and this is true. I'm sure lots of you guys working with Egyptian deities. Howard Carter wrote in his notes that the local Egyptians loved mystery for its own sake. That was his wording. But he said that they loved giving you a cryptic answer on something. And the funny thing is, that's what we get. They come by it honestly. Their gods like to do that too.
Yeah, it's in the blood.
So yeah, sometimes you have to chew on it a minute. But let's see. Okay. Alrighty. Well, it's about an hour and 6 minutes into our broadcast, but we've definitely been having fun. If anybody else has got any other requests, definitely, give us a shout out here before we wrap up. And I hope you enjoyed the video that we put together, that I put up last week. And I've got some more that, I'm working on. It'll probably be a little closer to the end of this month that I'll have, all of that. But, just I work in batches.
And I have to say, I want to just add a quick thank you to everybody that's always here.
Mm-hmm.
You make our weeks, trust me.
Yeah.
I also want to say thank you to the folks that have been generous enough and fortunate enough to support us on Patreon. You guys help make things possible.
Yes.
Beyond what you know, and for every bit of support we get and continue to get, not only are we going to maintain what we're doing, we're trying to grow some big things for later.
Yeah.
So please, please, please keep up your support. Mm-hmm. It's not about us. It's about you.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me.
Yeah.
Good things are coming.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And okay. Yes, and I promise I will get to that.
Those are chirps of approval.
Okay.
Every time a smoke alarm chirps, an angel gets its wings.
That's funny. I actually thought about grabbing my little figure of Hot Rod opening the Matrix, because if, you consider action figures to be Ushabti and they're performing particular tasks, think about what he's doing. He is, bringing light to the darkness. So, it'd be kind of an appropriate thing to have.
Not only that, he's got the touch.
So you become a quintesson, huh?
Say what?
No.
What about becoming a quint? Using them as Ushabtis?
Quintessons against. They fought against the quintessons because quintessons were using them.
Huh? Yeah. Well, that'd be one way to look at it. Yeah.
No, the quintessons wanted to enslave them.
Well, the quintessons were selling them as,
yes.
as
goods. We haven't become the quintessons.
Well, they were slaves. At
Yeah.
that time.
Yeah. Well, but I see where you're going, and that's a good good thought. It's another fan discussion.
Yes.
We're having a fan moment. But I like having those because, you get to geek out on Star Wars. And you and Morgan are probably going to be geeking out on, Star Wars, what what's it called?
Jedi Fallen Order.
Jedi Fallen Order. Yeah, yeah. They're probably going to be geeking out on that
By
side.
the way, I want to thank
Hmm.
all the gods, including mine.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize I was buying something for myself yesterday, but I did.
Yeah. Well, I was kind of wondering if that would end up being the case, but it worked out well. You sometimes when you're generous to other people, and you think of others before you think of yourself, it comes back to you.
Yes.
So.
By the way, I feel compelled to say something on that note.
Hmm.
I realize there are people on our broadcast tonight
Mm-hmm.
that are thinking, when I'm generous to others, it comes back to me.
Mm-hmm.
Please keep something in mind. It may not be tangible. It may not be immediate. It may come back to you on the day that the feather is weighed against you. But it will come back to you. Be good. Love fully. Love without hesitation. Forgive in an instant. Your heart will only be lighter in the process. You're worth it. It doesn't have to be about them. It can be about you. Live a good life for your own sake and your own purpose. Be good to others. You're just being good to you as well. Never forget that. Ever. And some of you have. You're worth all the love in the world. But the first person that better love you best is the one you see in the mirror. And if you have naughty pictures around your room, take those down. Because we need you to focus on you. We love you and you're worth it.
There you go. Okay. Moderation. Well, yeah, and Ren is saying, is remember moderation, even in generosity, don't give so much that you neglect yourself. Yeah.
That goes back to something I say to my clients and all the time.
Huh.
If you don't recharge your batteries,
mm-hmm.
if you don't recharge yourself and give to yourself, you're not going to be giving out positive energy. You're going to be depleting your battery. And when you can't give positive, you give negative, and negative is what comes back to you, even if it's in the best of circumstances. So the one you must take care of first. If you really love other people, you must take care of yourself first. You must love yourself in the best ways possible so you can give to others in the best way possible, because that's the only way you're going to get back the best way possible. It works.
Thank you, Boo. Yeah. Okay. Well, let us pray for the offerings to endure. Hail unto you, Atum. Hail unto you, Capri. You come into being upon the primeval hill. You shine forth upon the shrine of the phoenix, and you knew. You breathe out, Shu and Tefnut. May the giving of these offerings endure, as the name of Atum, foremost of the great in need, endures. May they endure as the name of Shu, Lord of Upper Menset in Yunu, endures. As the name of Tefnut, Mistress of Lower Menset in Yunu, endures. As the name of Geb at the Earth's Ba endures. As the name of Nut in the Shrine of Shanit in Yunu endures. As the name of Osir Kentiamentiu endures. As the name of Asat in Necheru endures. As the name of Sutech in Nubet endures. As the name of Horus in Pe endures. As the name of Wajit in Dep endures. As the name of Jehuti in Chemenu endures. As the name of Ra in the Akhet endures likewise for eternity. You have come in peace, O Ra. You have come in peace. O Taurat, O Bes, Jehuti, Sekhmet. You've come in peace, O Necheru. May you go forth in peace, O Ra. Tauret, Bes, Jehuti, Sekhmet. May you go forth in peace, O Necheru, to every place your immortal cause wish to be. May you sail in joy in the Menjet bark, and rest content in the Sektet bark. And may you smile upon us, your humble servants. All right, well, thank you once again, guys. Always
Thank
glad to
you.
have you. Yes, absolutely. I was glad to have you, and hope it's funny that there's a few folks I haven't seen lately, like Lego fan guy and some other folks. Hope you've been able to tune in, and to those who catch us later, thank you. We love you too, and we'll see you again very soon.
Bye-bye.
Alrighty.
Lots of love.
Well, that's all. We love you. So.
Bye-bye.
Okay. All right, hang on just a minute. Thank you, guys. We will see you soon.
Everybody survived. Yay.
Yeah.
I was worried we were going to lose Darren for a bit because of the instance making the choke.
Well, no, he's already just start to snooze a little bit. All right. See you guys soon. There we go.